Well, hello there, fellow 19-year-old. I'm Detroit. That's a PewDiePie reference, by the way. I know at least not all of you are 19. It's just because that's a PewDiePie-inspired drawing. I even posted it on the PewDiePie submission subreddit. I'm writing this half a day after I posted it there, and it got 3.5 thousand upvotes. I even got a few awards from it. If I calculated this right, this video should come out 2 weeks after the post. A week and 6 days to be precise. This is a deliberate move on my part. I'm giving myself another opportunity at getting recognition there. Subreddits and fanarts are a really good way to show your work to others. It's even more relevant if the content creator mentioned sees it and gives you a quick shoutout. In PewDiePie's case, that's a potential of thousands of people seeing my art and finding me through that. Even if only a few of them go seek my channel, and even fewer like my content as a whole, that can still be like a dozen of new viewers. I know it sounds like politics and maybe a bit manipulative on my part, but I do genuinely enjoy PewDiePie's content. I've been watching him for years. You know, creators like him upload a feature-length worth of content every week or so. Over a few years, that's a lot of attention I've given them. For free. So it's only fair that I create a few artworks here and there with them in mind. I've already drawn a PewDiePie fanart once and it was an absolute pleasure. It was a digital portrait, but now I'm drawing with ink on paper. This type of drawing is also heavily inspired by Peter Draw's style. So in a way this is also an homage to another one of my favorite creators. I devour all of their videos with passion. The style can be a bit reminiscent of Peter's Peter Pen box artwork. Coincidentally, I wanted to get that fountain pen, but when I clicked the buying button, I learned that it didn't ship to France. Anyway, I got the cross fountain pen I am using now as a gift at the same time. If you couldn't tell already, I wrote PewDiePie in the middle of the paper. I wanted a nice lettering, which in this occasion turned out to be very thin and elongated letters. I don't know, the effect seemed nice to me. It also blends well with the width of all the lines, while still being recognizable. Well, I say that, but a lot of people on the PewDiePie subreddit commented to say that it was hard to read and turned them dyslexic. They also said the drawing was very trippy, which I will definitely take as a compliment. Because this is a PewDiePie-oriented artwork, I obviously tried to incorporate the classic wavy pattern into them. I have to say, it didn't work quite as well as I intended. It worked, but I should have made at least pencil marks on where I drew the black waves. I saved it in the end, but you can already see that some corners of the drawing are more crowded with them than others. Yeah, well, that will teach me to not try to always draw without sketching. There's absolutely nothing forbidding me from planning my ink drawings a bit better. I'll do that next time, maybe. For the rest of the pattern, however, I'm extremely pleased. The whole thing is pretty concentric, giving a nice trippy feeling to the drawing. I threw in a few blobs and stranger shapes here and there, just to mix it up and not look too bland. It was a very peaceful drawing process. You know, I realize I'm saying that about every drawing I do with ink. Not the peaceful thing, but the other one. I often find myself saying, I do a bunch of lines, and I threw this here and there. I think I should stop doing that. I mean, it is not untrue, but I think it devaluates my work a little bit. I spent hours on that, so why should I resume it to just putting down a bunch of lines? I've been working my standing hand for a long time to be able to do that. The lines are all intentionally spaced. Everything is intentional, except the mistakes of course, but that's par for the course. Going back to the PewDiePie submission thing, I said that I wanted to space this video and the drawing. That's in order to give me another opportunity at showing my work. I'm not going to post this video there though. Instead, I'm going to make another video with the same drawing, but a short one. Probably between 30 and 60 seconds long. A simple edit of the drawing process, sped up, but like really sped up. The goal is basically to make it short enough to keep people interested, so that they watch it entirely, but also long enough to not make them vomit. And to stay in their mind so that they check my page, maybe? While I'm at it, I'll post the sped up video to my Instagram as well, next to the finished drawing. Come send me some love there. My name tag is at d3_sd. I promise you, you'll be very welcome there, just like you are here. Because this is a fan art drawing, I want to ask you, lovely viewers, what are your favorite YouTubers? I'm really curious to see who you watch on the daily, or at least when they upload videos. It might not be daily. And who knows, if your interests intersect mine, I might even consider turning in a fan art of them next time. Although it will probably be in a while, because I don't want to make only that sort of artworks. My imagination is wild sometimes, and I have like 20 ideas of drawings and concepts to use before I turn to fan arts. However, because of the reasons I stated earlier, the views and traction fan arts can potentially bring, I still consider them quite frequently. You know what? If my next fan art is of somebody you wrote in the comments here, I'll even show your comment on screen and pin it down below. I heard that's something people do, and I am people, so I do that too. Next time though, it won't be with ink on paper. When I draw with ink or pencil on paper, I prefer to do abstract drawings. Apart from PewDiePie's staple waves, which are highly recognizable, there isn't often something like this that I can apply to abstract doodles. Whereas with digital art, I can do whatever I want. A portrait, a scene, an animation, I can use any color, and most important of all, I can erase. That's also a big deal with ink. There is zero way of erasing something. Imagine having a 5 hours long intricate drawing right next to you and ruining it. This happened to me a while ago. I had taken a break from the drawing, which was about 3/4 done, and then I shook my pen. Just a tiny bit, you know, just enough to get the ink flowing. It's a motion I've been doing forever, since primary school when I started to write with fountain pens. Only it was also enough to get a few drops out of the nib and onto the paper. Okay, I might be making this sound too accidental, I probably shook the pen a bit stronger than usual. Anyway, that was a mistake on my part, and 3 large drops of ink in the middle of what was a very sparse drawing, so it's not the kind of things you can fix anyway. All of that very frustrating personal story to say that you can't erase ink. So, especially when it comes to representing something accurately, like a portrait of a YouTuber for example, it's not my preferred choice. I go with digital in these cases. And this is also why I want to keep improving on both medium. I'm more of an all-rounder now. Anyway, here are the last few bits and bobs of this drawing. As always, I encourage you to like and comment this video if you enjoyed it, as well as subscribing. We should be close to 100 in this small community if we haven't passed it yet. That's a huge deal for me. Here's the final drawing. I really hope it looks as good to you as it did to the people on PewDiePie's subreddit. I will see you in the next video, so stay there. I'm going to draw some more lines now. Bye!